Once upon a time, in a distant African village named Ajabu, there dwelled a young lad named Kwame. He was known throughout the village for his mischievous ways and knack for telling falsehoods. His parents were always concerned about his behavior and tried their best to teach him the importance of honesty, but their efforts were in vain. One fateful day, a terrible drought struck Kwame's village. The lush green fields turned dry, and the animals roamed restlessly in search of water. The once abundant water sources in the village began to run dry, and the villagers grew increasingly worried about their very survival. To find a solution, they assembled a meeting. In the midst of the meeting, an elderly and wise man by the name of Django stood up. With his experienced voice, he suggested that they send someone to the legendary Sacred Lake, rumored to possess magical powers capable of bringing rain to the land. But Django emphasized that only a person with a pure heart and unwavering honesty could embark on such a sacred mission. As the villagers pondered, they surprisingly reached a unanimous decision. Their choice was Kwame, for they believed that this challenging journey may finally teach him the value of truthfulness. Although hesitant, Kwame resolved to accept the villagers' proposal, understanding that this was an opportunity for personal growth and transformation. With his parents' tearful blessings and the villagers' hopeful gazes, Kwame set forth on his arduous and perilous expedition towards the sacred lake. The path ahead was treacherous, with jagged rocks and steep cliffs at every turn. The scorching sun beat down relentlessly, making it difficult for Kwame to continue. His legs ached, his throat parched, but his courage remained unyielding. He knew he must prove his worth and demonstrate unwavering honesty. Days turned into weeks, and Kwame persevered through the harshest trials. Dust-clouded winds whistled through the desolate landscape, testing his determination. Time and again, hunger gnawed at his belly, and blisters formed on his weary feet. Yet the light of truth shone brightly within him, propelling him ever forward. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Kwame reached his destination, the fabled Sacred Lake. Its ethereal beauty took his breath away. He kneeled beside its shimmering waters, feeling the weight of his past misdeeds. With sincerity in his heart, Kwame poured forth his confessions, admitting all his past lies and pledging to be a changed person. As the last syllables of his heartfelt words escaped his lips, an extraordinary transformation occurred. Dark storm clouds rolled in with thunderous roars, blotting out the once barren sky. Raindrops, cool and refreshing, began to fall, nourishing the thirsty earth below. The villagers' prayers had been answered. Kwame's heart swelled with overwhelming joy and gratitude as he witnessed the miraculous downpour. The journey had not only taught him the significance of honesty, but had also shown him the strength residing within his own spirit. He grasped the realization that lies not only hurt others, but also held him back from his true potential. With renewed determination, Kwame made his way back to the village, carrying the joyful news upon his shoulders. The entire village rejoiced, their spirits lifted alongside the rhythmic pitter-patter of the rain. Kwame became a celebrated symbol of honesty and trust within the village, a living testament to the transformative power of truth. Time ticked on, and Kwame's story continued to resonate within the hearts of each villager. People referenced his tale whenever they faced challenges or felt tempted to veer from the path of honesty. Kwame's journey became a cherished legend, passed down from generation to generation, inspiring countless others to embrace the power of truthfulness in their own lives. Thus, dear reader, Kwame's story remains an enduring testament to the everlasting power of honesty. Though our narrative must draw to a close, let the essence of Kwame's tale echo within your soul, reminding you always to cherish truth and honor it, just as the villagers of Ajabu learned to do. And so, the story of Kwame's journey and the power of honesty continued to reverberate throughout the village of Ajabu. The rain that had been brought by Kwame's sincere plea to the spirits of the sacred lake proved to be a turning point for the once despairing community. As the fields soaked up the much-needed water, life began to blossom anew. The dry, cracked earth transformed into a fertile oasis, brimming with vibrant greenery and colorful flowers. The animals, once weak and lethargic, regained their vitality and grazed upon the now lush grass. The villagers rejoiced and offered their gratitude to both Kwame and the lake's mystical powers. Inspired by Kwame's transformation and the miraculous rain, the villagers started to prioritize honesty in their own lives. They began to hold each other accountable for their words and actions, fostering an environment of trust and unity within the community. Lies were frowned upon, and the value of truth became a guiding principle for decision-making. Kwame, regarded as a hero and symbol of change, felt a newfound sense of purpose. He dedicated himself to promoting honesty among the villagers, sharing the wisdom he had gained on his journey to the sacred lake. He conducted workshops and gatherings, teaching the importance of truth and integrity. His stories touched the hearts of many, and the village started to thrive not just from the rain, but from the newfound honesty that permeated their lives. As time passed, word of Kwame's tale spread beyond the borders of Ajabu. People from neighboring villages came to listen to his teachings and learn from his experiences. Kwame's reputation reached the ears of a wise king who ruled over a distant kingdom. Intrigued by the remarkable changes in Ajabu and captivated by the transformative power of honesty, the king summoned Kwame to his palace. Eager to spread his message to a wider audience, Kwame embarked on yet another journey, this time to the royal court. Upon meeting Kwame and hearing his remarkable journey, the king was deeply moved. He recognized the potential impact of truthfulness on his own kingdom and sought Kwame's guidance in implementing a culture of honesty within his realm. Kwame gladly accepted the king's request, and together they devised a plan to introduce truthfulness and integrity as core values in every corner of the kingdom. Under Kwame's guidance, the kingdom underwent a remarkable transformation. People began to shun deceit and embrace honesty in their dealings. The effects of this shift rippled through the entire kingdom, leading to a significant decrease in corruption and an increase in trust among the people. The once struggling kingdom experienced newfound prosperity, not just in material wealth, but also in the unity and harmony amongst its citizens. News of the reformed kingdom reached far and wide, inspiring neighboring realms to follow suit. Kwame's influence continued to spread, reaching distant lands where stories of his journey and the power of honesty became legends in their own right. Years passed, and Kwame's hair turned gray, but his spirit remained youthful and filled with the desire to spread the message of honesty wherever he went. He became known as Kwame the Honest, and his name was spoken with reverence and admiration across the lands. In the twilight of his life, Kwame returned to his beloved village of Ajabu. He was greeted by the villagers who had never forgotten his courage and the transformation he had brought to their lives. They celebrated his return with a grand festival where stories of his journey were shared, dances were performed, and songs of gratitude were sung. As the sun set on that glorious day, Kwame sat under a tree, reminiscing about his journey from a mischievous boy to a guiding light for honesty. He knew that his legacy would live on, carried forward by the villagers and the countless lives he had touched. Kwame closed his eyes, content in the knowledge that he had fulfilled his purpose and forever changed the world through the power of honesty. And so, dear reader, let Kwame's story be an everlasting reminder of the transformation that can arise from embracing honesty in our lives. May it inspire us all to tread a path illuminated by truth and integrity, just as Kwame did, leaving behind a legacy of goodness for generations to come.